Not using arcs is a small mistake that many Minecraft animators are making. Want to know how to avoid it? Stay tuned. What's up, survivalists? It's Jay from Team W&J here to enhance your animations and tell your stories. If you're new here, I make Minecraft animation tutorials every Monday, so make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon to not miss any uploads. If you're not, welcome back. The 12 principles of animations coined by Disney animators Frank Thomas and Ollie Johnson are the foundations of modern day animation. Today we'll be covering the 7th principle of animation, arcs. If you'd like to see a playlist with all 12 principles of animations, click on this link up here. So arcs describe the way something moves not in a linear form, but in an arced fashion. Most things in real life naturally move like this. There are very few exceptions that I can think of. I'm going to first teach you how to identify the arcs, and then I'm going to show you how I integrated it into this animation. No. First off, it's very common for beginners to say, oh, but if I do this, it's going to be moving in a straight line. Well, sad to tell you the truth, but 90% of the times you'd be wrong. You'd be surprised to find how many arcs there actually are. Let me show you an example. If I wanted to pick up this phone right here, my actions would be to go from here to here to here. If we break down that action, I start from here. I have to lift my hand up, reach over, lower it, pick up the phone, and lift my hand back up. This motion is already an arc. I'm not gonna slide my hand over on the table, grab the phone, and slide it back. That's a very unnatural thing to do. Some of you guys are gonna say, but Jules, what if I do wanna slide my hand over? Well, you got me. I guess the rule doesn't apply, right? No, it still does. Here's why. First of all, if you're trying to slide your hand over to grab your phone, that's very unnatural. You're intentionally trying to move in a straight line just to counter off the fact that everything moves in an arc. Like, that's not a very natural thing for you to do. Second of all, if you take note of my elbow, not just the point of my elbow, but rather the entire humerus. That's my upper arm bone. This is the humerus, and it connects to my scapula, my shoulder, right? If you look at this, when I'm sliding my hand across in a horizontal motion like this. So my hand's moving in a straight line, so is my elbow, right? No, it's not, because this point up here, where my humerus connects to my scapula, is a pivot point. What this means is that every motion that happens to my arm revolves around this single point. If you take my elbow, for example, this is a pivot point. If I wanted to move my fingertip down to here, I would do that. That is not a straight line, that is still an arc because it's pivoting around this point. There's an arc going here. It's going around like so. So when I move my hand in a straight line like this, there is still an arc happening down here because my shoulder is connected to my arm. Whenever something pivots, there will be an arc. That is unavoidable, unless your object is capable of shapeshifting. From this, we know two things. One, an object naturally moves in an arc motion. And secondly, if you intentionally try to move in a straight line, there will still be an arc somewhere. This means that if in your animation you try to move something in a straight line, it's either going to look, one, very unnatural, or if everything is a straight line, something's probably gone wrong. Right, so now it's time to analyze this animation I made in like 10 minutes. Put your focus on just the arms, because I didn't really bother animating anything else. As you can see, his first move is to rotate his body so the sword is behind him. He does this to ready his weapon. Note that, because he's rotating his body, there's a rotation, and that means there must be some pivot point somewhere. And remember, when there's a pivot point, there must be an arc. So then he swings his sword. The common mistake here is to move his hand towards the target, but trace his hand and look at how it moves. You'll notice that it's not a straight line, but it's an arc. The easy way to do this is to actually animate the shoulder instead of animating the hand. And this is very true to life as well. Take a look over here. When I have a sword in hand, the motion of swinging a sword does not originate from the hand itself, but from the entire body. Essentially, when I'm swinging a sword, I move my body first, then my shoulders, then my elbow, and then my wrist. The motion doesn't start from my hand going here and then my body. My body goes first, then my hands. So this means that my animation should look less like this and more like this. Alright, cool. I hope you'll be able to better integrate and identify arcs in your animations. Cheers! Hey, do you want to learn animation but don't know where to start? Why not check out my Beginners to Advanced playlist designed to help you improve your animations right here. If this video has helped you, don't forget to share it and help your friends too. I'm a YouTuber trying to influence and change Minecraft animations for the better while working on my own animated series, Levasleer. You can play a massive role in the development of Levasleer by watching more of my videos or checking out my Patreon. With that said and done, this has been Che from Team WNJ to improve your animations and tell your stories. Cheers!